Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and it's day 3 of our August 2025 release. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's new cow faces, the new denim pocket die, the new Gnome Friends cow dies, the stamp set cow patties, the new Hey Friend stamp set, along with the Hey Friend outline dies that are new, odds and ends from Doodlebug down on the farm, and the down on the farm 6-inch pad. I'm also using the sentiment set that's new, Pocket Full of Sunshine. And that's the little cow that I assembled on the cow assembly video. So check that out. And you can watch me put that denim pocket together on the assembly video. So check that one out as well. So first I have an A2 size card base, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches with my Martha Stewart scoreboard on my Teflon bone folder. And I'm adding on a piece of pattern paper from that Doodlebug down on the farm, 1/8 of an inch smaller. So 4 1/8, I think by 5 3/8. I think that's the measurement. There, just use my little adhesive eraser. Now I am going to be adding on my pocket with some ATG tape. Now that Pocket Full of Sunshine stamp set, I used that to stamp on that little tag that says hello. So I'm just going to line up this really cute little pocket. You'll notice that I use the stitching line for the pocket detailing. Isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. And the background has some cows on it. It's so cute. I like this cow because it has the open mouth, which is fun. There we are. Now on the inside, and then now I'm going to add a 1-inch strip to the inside just for a little bit of decoration. That's from that same Doodlebug pad down on the farm. There, so it's this fun little grassy flowery paper. I'm just going to trim off that overhang with a pair of scissors. Oops, I hit my camera, sorry guys. Now next I'm going to add my little cow in place. This is some ephemera from the Doodlebug odds and ends down on the farm. So I'm just going to use this little cow, and I'm going to kind of have him peeking off the side. It's adorable, right? And I'm going to add a little flower as well. That's from that same set, and this little grouping of flowers as well, just for a little bit more decoration. I think it adds a little something something, right? And isn't that cute? Okay, so now I'm going to stamp a sentiment on the inside of this card using my Misty and some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. So it says, "Happy birthday from the whole herd." I'll be using my Misty corners just to get it straight, or as straight as I can. And VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink here. And then we will stamp that in place. Using some more ink. Remember, it takes a while for this ink to dry. You know, you can easily smear it at first, so you got to be a little bit careful, but I think it gives a nice, crisp, clean sentiment. Okay, so now for my sentiment that's going on the outside of my card, I'm going to stamp that on some Papertrey ink white cardstock. Same thing, VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And it says, "Party till the cows come home." And I'm going to use the Hey Friend outline dies to cut it out using my Anna Griffin Mini Empress that I have sitting on my desk here. I still use a little bit of tape though, just to make sure nothing moves. And there's my sentiment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim off that overhang with a pair of scissors. And isn't that cute? I'm taking a Secure White Jelly Roll pen and a number 10 to add a few little highlights to this cow. I think it makes it a little bit more special, right? And adding some freckles on its cheeks, because of course it would have freckles. And I'm going to take my black glaze pen and add some black glaze to the cow's eyes. It makes them a little bit dimensional and a little bit more shiny. Remember, it smears also. You've got to let it dry. And I'm just going to add some little highlights on the center of the flowers. And there we go. Super cute. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the outside of my card. I'm going to use an action wobble. So I'm going to have this little cow's head sort of bouncing in the pocket, right? So it's like my cow is in the pocket. So I'm just going to slip this little action wobble slightly under the edge of my pocket in the center, and then I'm going to add my little head on. Isn't that cute? So you're going to want to peel off that release paper and then stick your little cow down. And oh, it's so cute, right? And look at how it wiggles and wobbles. It's so fun. I'm going to pop up my two little hooves to look like, you know, he's holding his hands on the edge and peeking over. And I'm using my my Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Okay, so I'll just peel the backing off and get it in place. Oops, it was a little bit too big. Doing some adjusting, and there we go. So we're gonna have the two little front, front hooves hanging over the edge of the pocket, which is kind of fun, right? Now remember, everything that I used will be listed in my blog post. That's always linked under the video. Okay, so there it is, and how cute is that? And he just has got that action wobble on, which is lots of fun. So I went ahead and I cut out that sentiment outline die a few times, as I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension, but also keep things level as it went off the pocket. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add one to the back of the main sentiment there. Oops. And there we go. And I will weight it down with an acrylic block. And then I did cut it in half. And I'm just going to stack two together. And I'll be applying that to the one side. So where it hangs off the little pocket, it'll remain flat. So just making sure that's stuck down well. There we go. And I do weight it down with an acrylic block. And now I've realized I had a little ink smear there, so I'm using my little ink eraser. And then I'm going to stick down this sentiment to the bottom of the pocket. So this is Party Till the Cows Come Home. There, kind of in the lower right. Making sure it's as straight as it can be, and I will weight it down with an acrylic block. So now I am pulling out some shape sprinkles. These are, what are these called again? Oh, Land That I Love. And I'm just going to use some blue ones. So I'm going to do two in the lower right hand. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do two in the lower right hand corner. And I'm going to add three in the upper left. And there we go. Now we have some shine and odd numbers and all those things. And isn't that cute? I just think it turned out adorable. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, be inspired by the team, the Jada Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos, and come back again tomorrow. Bye everybody.